I'm one of those people where it seems like when I say certain things that sometimes the universe is like, oh, that's what your plan is? Well, let's do the opposite, or let's throw a bunch of things in your path and see how you juggle all of the things. When I put it out into the universe takes it as a challenge. Hey everyone, it's Nadia from LiaDiaDesigns, Designs, and I'm back with another video. Yes, it's the end of the year. Yes, it's the end of 2024, and here I am with a video, but I want to do something a little different today. And as you can see, there's a lot of pieces, so I think I might have lost my mind a little bit. But since getting my xTool, I've been wanting to do something like this. I mean, obviously you guys have seen that I've been creating these designs, and I've been, whether they're mandalas or animals, and I have birds, I have all different kinds of scenes and things like that. And then what we do is we put these in resin, or we put the clear backers on them, and then we paint them or resin them. So tell me why that since I only work with black acrylic and clear acrylic, why I have so many different colors. And this is only the tip of the iceberg of the amount of colors I have in colored acrylic. And obviously you guys know the answer. I'm an artist and I can't help myself. When I see pretty colors, I'm like, ooh, and add to cart. So I have a bunch, and I thought today would be a perfect opportunity to try some of those. So I've already done most of the legwork and prep work for this project. So we're basically going to be assembling in this video. And I figured while we do that, we can do a little chatting. So first of all, the first thing I did is I cut out these mandalas that you guys have seen before. There's going to be a quick little clip here of the xTool doing its thing, cutting the black acrylic. So even though I have these pieces already designed, the cutouts are not actually from the leftover pieces here. I actually made them slightly bigger so that they would fit on top like that, because what we're going to be doing today is sandwiching two of these together, because I wanted to have a double-sided piece, and I didn't want to use a clear backer for this, because I could have easily have done it where I cut out each of the individual colors out of, you know, the existing die line basically. But then the back would have been a clear backer, which is fine. I just really wanted to try doing a double-sided piece that was going to be pretty much the same on both sides. It's not going to be 100% in this case, because this piece here, these colored pieces, are different on the back. But well, we're just going to move forward anyway. I didn't quite realize that when I was setting that up, but it'll be fine. In any case, what we're doing today is I'm going to, I have both of these double-sided, and you might notice that they're matte. They're not shiny, and that was something I learned this year as well when I was placing orders with different companies, was that some companies have their acrylic where it's glossy on both sides, and some don't. Some have matte on one side and glossy on the other. And I didn't realize that when I was cutting this. So it was because this acrylic was from a different supplier than I normally use. So I had already put the adhesive on the glossy side. So then after I cut it and I peeled off the paper, I'm like, ooh, this side's matte. So doing something a little different today, which I don't think is a bad look, honestly. I think this looks I think it's going to look pretty cool, especially considering everything that's going inside of it is shiny, at least on one side, because the same thing happens with the colored pieces, is that it's matte on one side and shiny on one side. So a lot of interesting things that we've learned in the process. So, and that's something I want to talk about today in our video, is that this year has been quite the learning and growing experience. So we're going to be doing a bit of chatting as we do assembly. So if you just want to see the final product, now is your time to jump forward and just go to the end of the video and see the final result. But for those who want to hang around and watch me assemble these as we have a bit of a chat about how 2024 went, feel free to stick around. Okay, so we're ready to start. So what we have here is, again, I have this piece here that's been laser cut, and I just took the sticker off. So now the double-sided tape that was on the back. So you can see it's still on this one here, and this one I've taken it off. So now this side is shiny and this side is matte. So you can see that there. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stick all the pieces onto this side. And then if all goes well, then we just take the sticker, the paper for the adhesive on this one, and then we're going to sandwich them together, and we're hoping it's all going to work out perfectly. Correct? Yeah, actually, I think we got to go this way because this is the way that I've started it. Now for this, so I did actually go in and kind of custom redraw all the lines out to figure out what shapes we're going to go where. So this particular one here, you can see I have a hole, I added the hole in it so I can hang it up afterwards, right? So we're going to very carefully, hopefully line, everything is going to need to line up perfectly here for everything to fit. So wish me luck to be able to do that properly. So we have that there. So I figured to do it this way with the double-sided tape because it just makes things a little easier. So you can see I added that there. I did my very first xTool video this year, which was probably back in March or April. I did a mandala, a lotus mandala, which actually that design has just been recently released on my website. But, and I actually did something similar to this, but I sandwiched all the pieces together and I had kind of an outer rim that held everything in place and everything was an exact fit. And then I was able to kind of sandwich it. So this is similar in that sense, but we're using the double-sided tape on this one. So it's a little different. We'll see. I figured this one might work a little better since I didn't want to have to worry about getting everything perfectly lined up, but we'll see. So anyway, I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on how things have been going in 2024. And so as you know, I had a bit of a burnout back in the end of 2022 into 2023, I think. And so I decided I had gone through a period of time where during the pandemic, I had basically burnt myself out. I was posting very often, every day on social media, as well as very often here on YouTube. I had a very regular schedule, at least once a week, of posting videos, and then every day on Instagram and things like that. And it really just got to the point where I wasn't sleeping because I just felt like I was in the grind. I had to get something posted within those schedules, and literally I was getting 3 hours sleep, and I completely burnt myself out. And then I didn't really know if I even wanted to do videos anymore. And so I had to take a bit of a break from that. And so I did. And then the last, I guess it's been 2 years now. Things had slowed down a lot with the videos, but it was really good because now I was able to kind of get myself back on track of getting good sleep and taking care of myself a little better, spending more time with the kids. You know, they've grown up so quickly, so it's something that I really am glad that I was able to take that time to spend with them. And anyway, so in 2024, things changed a little bit. Obviously, at the end of 2023, we started doing the stained glass pieces. And then I was telling you guys that I really wanted to find a way that I didn't have to hand paint them. As much as I don't mind hand painting them, with the amount of orders that were coming in, it was becoming a bit of a daunting task. And I guess sometimes when you speak things into the universe, things happen. So then I got to end up getting an xTool in the spring of this year. Okay. In the spring of this year, and it really did change kind of the trajectory of the year because I was now able to, create these pieces for you guys. So now I'm able to create my designs and then just, be able to make them into a laser cut graphic that I can then just cut on the P2. And obviously the P2 is amazing because it also cuts clear acrylic, which made it so that I could also do the clear backers, which you guys really seem to like. I think almost every order that goes out now has the clear backers. Obviously, it's still an option for those who, just want to use the silhouettes and put them in resin or anything like that. It's still an option, but the vast majority of the orders that go out have the backers. Now, the great thing with all this as well is that there's basically no limit to what we can do and what we can create with the P2. And that's the thing I'm going to be exploring in the new year is, yes, we know that we can make the sun catchers and they are gorgeous. And I love seeing everything that you guys are creating. So definitely still tag me when you're posting your things, or if you do post them in any like community groups, feel free to tag me or add my website so people can find if they're also looking. And you have my permission to do that. But yeah, so we're going to, when we know that we can do the sun catchers, and I'm going to be spending 2025 really exploring what else we can make with these. So I have a lot of ideas. One of the very first things that are coming out in 2025 within days is going to be my 2025 calendar. And I'm so excited about that because that is, it's my very first calendar. Actually, the advent calendar that we just did over the holiday was my very first advent calendar. And now we're going to be doing my very first yearly calendar. And what it is that it's 6 months. It's 12 months, but it's a 2-month per, I did something wrong there. Let's grab that guy out again. I didn't line that one up properly. Okay. Let's see if we can better line you up. I might have to use tweezers on that one. So yeah, so the calendar is, it's 12 months, but it is like a 2-month per image calendar. So like the first image will be for January, February, and then the next image will be for March, April. And each picture is going to be a silhouette, but it's an oversized. So it's a different size than anything that we currently have on my website. And some of the designs are 6 designs, and each is either something that was really popular that I had created with my art, or something new. So there's a lot of there's no repetitive designs, I don't believe, in terms of anything you've already seen in the silhouettes. So that should be fun. I'm hoping you guys are really excited about that. And then basically you can resin or paint them, and then they do come with a little calendar portion that's removable. So then at the end of the year, or at the end of each couple months, you can just take off the calendar portion and then you hang it up. And it is something that you get to keep forever, or you can gift it or whatever you want to do. So I'm really, really excited about it. I've worked really hard on it, and it will be launching very, very soon. So keep your eye out for that. I also want to be posting more in terms of tutorials of other types of projects that you guys can do with the silhouettes. So look out for that as well. It's going to be a mix of painting tutorials and resin or other types of, or silhouette laser videos. So I'm hoping to get myself into a routine, at least 1 video a week, maybe 2, cross fingers that maybe 2 can work. And so then I can have videos that are inspiring to various people, because I know a lot of you follow me for resin. And even though I won't be doing just kind of basic resin pours anymore, I do want to kind of focus on how we can elevate your resin game. So whether that's in using the silhouettes, which a lot of the videos will do, or you could use the ideas and, do your own type of thing with that. So I do have a bunch of ideas. I don't work with resin a lot these days, mostly as top coating, but that was kind of the situation before anyway. So yeah, so even though I don't use resin that much these days, I do think that there are some projects that I have in mind that will work really well for it. And so I definitely want to help, to kind of create those tutorials for you guys. So this is kind of like putting a puzzle together. It's just the itty bitty pieces. So when I was actually creating this, I didn't have the colors figured out already. I was like, oh, I'll probably just kind of figure out which shapes I need and not so much which colors were going to happen. But if I had probably planned it a little better, I probably could have grouped some of the colors a little more, but you know what? It's fine. Getting the xTool really changed kind of kind of gave a bit of a trajectory change in my year this year, which was a welcome thing. Like I didn't really anticipate how much it was going to, you know, change things. I was like, oh, it's going to be a great tool to create, you know, the stained glass pieces. But really this stained glass, these stained glass silhouettes have kind of taken on a life of their own. You guys love them, which I'm so happy about. And not just for using with resin. So many of you are using the glass paints with them. And that's just amazing to me. Like, I'm so happy that, you know, so many of you have reached out to me to tell me that, you know, you really do enjoy resin, but, you know, sometimes it's nice to have something to do that doesn't involve resin and that you can, you know, just sit down and do a bit of painting. And I like to think of the silhouettes as kind of like a coloring book, but with paints or resin, where the design is there and all you have to do is kind of fill in the colors, kind of like a paint by number. But, you know, it's just basically like another type of adult type of coloring book so that we can, you know, enjoy ourselves. Like, we don't have to feel like we're stressing out over, you know, using resin unless, and even if you do want to use resin, you can just use small batches and pour where you need to. It doesn't need to be a big pour every time, which for me was always the stressful part, was doing the big pours, is because I'm always worried, you know, that the resin's going to start to seize up or, you know, we're just going to run out of time. So this gave us, the silhouettes have given us the opportunity, especially with the clear backers, to, you know, to just use something else. Whether, I mean, I've seen so many of you do different things, and thank you guys for sending me, you know, your pictures of the things you've created with them. I do have a Facebook group that many of you have joined, so where we post pictures there of the things that you guys are creating and what I'm creating. So a lot of you have used crystals and stones and all different kinds of things, and it's so exciting to me that you guys are finding so many different uses for them. And I think that's, you know, that's the part that really inspires me a lot, is seeing that, you know, that you guys enjoy them and that you're finding, you know, some really unique and fun ways to use them. I've seen some people add them to, you know, let's say they have a box that they want to make into like a jewelry box or a storage box, and they're using the silhouettes as a decor, you know, for that. Definitely people making paintings with them, sticking them in on canvases and stuff and making paintings. So there's been a number. I'm trying to polish as I go here. There's been a number of different of ideas. And like I said, I want to add to that so that you guys have even more ways to use them. So we're going to add to the creativity there so that there's even more that we all want to do with them. And then this way too, it also helps me know what other designs I should be creating, what are the types of things we want to do. I know that I had at least one person ask me to help her create a custom piece that was like a mobile. So basically there was multiple silhouettes and they had different attachments. It's like different, like additional loops to the bottom of some of the pieces, so the tops and bottoms, so she could connect them all and make like a long piece that was, you know, so they all, like, so I think it was a butterfly piece. So she had like the large scenic scape butterfly piece on the top, and then she had some of the freeform butterflies below, which looked really neat when it was done. So definitely, like I said, if you guys have ideas for stuff like that, feel free to message me and we can chat about it and see what we can create, because I really enjoy doing this for you guys. And like I said, I am going to be doing this in 2025. We are going to continue with the silhouettes, but I am also going to get back into some of my painting, which is something I've always been wanting to do, is get back into the painting. I know a lot of people are missing that from me as well. So I do want to get back, and I miss it. I really do want to get back into painting. And for those of you who bought an xTool this year, I hope you are absolutely loving your laser machine. You don't have to, I mean, I know I have the P2, which is the kind of the top end one. And the main reason I have that is because it is the only one that can cut the clear acrylic. But there's definitely a lot of other smaller ones on their lineup. I'll have a link in the description below so that you can kind of go and see all the different options that they have, and they always have these great sales running. So if you could definitely check it out there. If you do use my link, it lets them know that you saw this video and that it was something that inspired you to go check them out. So it does help me out a little bit if you guys want to do that. But I can say that if you use it to its potential and actually, like, you know, create things with it, then you don't have to be an artist to do that. There's a lot of SVGs or laser files that you can find online that you can use to make things. Even if you feel like you're not an artist or a creative person, there's a lot of things you can find online that can help you kind of get, you know, your own little side business or full-time business started. And the machine really does pay for itself, like, quite quickly. So I would suggest it if you are, and they do have a trade up program. So let's say you wanted to start with something smaller and then you're worried that, you know, oh, in 6 months that I might need to upgrade. You can definitely do that. They will give you credit for your trade up. So, and I believe, I haven't done it, but I believe that you will also get to keep the machine you have, and then they just give you a bit of a discount on your next machine. So this way, it's worth your while, and they like to reward their loyal customers. So there is that as well. But so yeah, I don't know what you guys have for 2024. Feel free to mention in the comments your goals or anything that you would like to accomplish, whether it's art-wise or otherwise, family-wise, career-wise, who knows, you know, anything that you want to put out in the universe and see if it can happen. I know manifestation has become a big thing for, you know, the last couple years. It's funny for me, I don't know how much I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe in manifestation, but I'm one of those people where it seems like when I say certain things that sometimes the universe is like, oh, that's what your plan is, well, let's do the opposite, or let's throw a bunch of things in your path and see how you juggle all of the things. So sometimes I've been told by those closest to me that maybe it's best if I not always say what I want to do or the things I want to accomplish, and then just kind of, you know, do my best to make it happen, because when I put it out into the universe takes it as a challenge. So anyway, but for you, it might be different. Maybe it'll help you open some doors. So feel free to mention in the comments what you would hope for in 2025. So almost done here. And like I said, and all of you who have reached out, even to you know, the last few days, I still receive comments on my video of talking about my bit of a meltdown, burnout video. That video I posted about that, and I still have so many people who message me to encourage me that, you know, taking the break was the right thing to do. And it's really hard sometimes to feel that way, because, you know, obviously when you take a break on social media, on any platform, it kind of, your account kind of takes a hit for that, because, you know, obviously the social media, you know, companies want in their algorithms, want you to be active at all times. And it is tough. And I think we've all kind of had to learn how to live with that, or live despite that, I guess. And taking the break and not having it run my life was actually something that was really helpful in kind of realizing that it's not the end of the world. It'll be fine. And you guys have been so supportive of that. And I'm so grateful for all of you. So here we go. Here is the last piece here. And I got to find my top. There's the top there. And this is the piece. So we're going to put that right in the center here. And so that's what it's looking like without putting the top piece on, which we're going to do next. But let me take the paper off of that for the double-sided tape, and then we can stick that on. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have the top here, and again, it's matte on this side. So let's see what we're looking at. I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, let's see if we can get it perfectly lined up. I don't know if that's perfectly, but it's pretty close. So, and the great thing with the mat is no fingerprints. But I should have polished those pieces a little more, but it's fine. We'll see if we can grab them with my cloth here. All right, it's not too bad. Okay, so, and I also, before we finish up here, I also wanted to especially thank you guys, those of you who have really stuck around and supported the changes of my channel, supported the fact that I wasn't posting all the time, but you're still finding me when I do, and you know, leaving comments and saying hello and checking in and all the good things. And even especially those who have been supporting the silhouettes. It's meant so much to me, and to my members. Oh my goodness, you guys, like, I know if things have been slow on posting on there and doing live streams in the last month, things have been a little hectic, but I thank you guys and I appreciate you guys so much. I'll be back very, very soon, and we'll be doing hopefully a lot more in 2025. So anyways, so here's the final thing. So we can take a look. I'm going to get it in front of a window at the end of the video so that you guys can see how it looks. There are some areas that are see-through, like you can kind of tell here. There's some sections that are see-through and others that are not. And we can also check out the back, which won't be as pretty because it doesn't have the flowers, but it still looks nice. It's kind of more muted, and especially because the backs are also not shiny of this color acrylic. So it does just give a different look, but it's not terrible for sure. So we have that. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video, and I wish all of you a wonderful 2025. I hope it is a safe, happy, healthy, prosperous one for all of us. So, and I hope you guys will stick around in 2025 and see what we have coming up in store. Thanks, guys. Take care.